pictures and files and stuff, I found a neat history, a 20-year history of our club. It was done in 1956 by a guy named Weldon Hornsey. And I've read part of some of that before to y'all, and it's kind of lengthy. But I thought I'd do a little twist, so y'all have to change your thinking on how you're going to listen to this. Now, a lot of y'all know that Mr. Payne, our first president, was who my dad worked for and was taught the real estate business, so he kind of has a special meaning to me. And it was his father, who was a member of the Houston Club, that helped us charter our club. So what I've done, I've written this like Mr. Payne has been keeping a diary from 1936 to 1956. So I'm just going to read this as Mr. Payne is making these entries, and all these facts come out from this 20-year history. The 20-year diary of Herb Pappy Payne, Jr. 1936. Got word that the federal government will start guaranteeing loans on homes. I can start building homes for these people coming in to work at Crown, Sinclair, and that new paper mill that is coming to town. FHA loans. Hope it works. Talked to Dad today. He's a charter member of the Houston Rotary Club. I've decided to start a Rotary Club here in Pasadena. Houston Rotary will sponsor us. We plan to meet each week at First Methodist. Good cooks there. November 6, 1936. Got word that we got our charter today. Charter number 4041. Charlie McPhail and Henry Greenfield of the Houston Club and District Governor Louis Ball of Huntsville were our sponsors. Rounded up 18 men here in town as charter members. Walter Angle, Meyer Blankfield, Aubrey Cruz Sr., Yule Graham, H.A. Jackson, W.C. McMasters, C.P. Murray, W.O. Mitchell, C.F. Postwood Jr., Matt Reed down at the bank, Gilbert Vick, A.G. Whitman Lumber, M.J. Wright, Dr. Hensley, Dr. Harold Jones, Leo Karkowski Insurance, D.P. Rathborn, and me, Real Estate. I'm the president. Jackson is vice president. Karkowski is secretary, and of course Reed, the banker, is treasurer. As of today, 12 of our 18 members have paid their dues. We'll get Matt Reed on that. Lined up our first speaker, Bishop Clinton S. Quinn. Still waiting to hear from Reed on the 6 non-pays. He probably is trying to collect the interest they owe him before he collects Rotary dues. My wife will be the first president of the Rotarians. That group probably won't last long. 1937-38. Superintendent of Schools H.A. Jackson is our new president. Membership has grown to 33. Looks like we'll be sponsoring a club in LaPorte the first part of 1938. March 29, 1938. LaPorte Charter presented tonight at dinner at Miller's Inn at Morgan's Point. $1.25 for the meal seemed a little pricey. Our club has been trying to induce the federal government to spend some housing money this way. We got a letter from Congressman Albert Thomas that none was available at this time. Maybe later. Looks like Jesse Jones might have garnered some federal money. It's a WPA project known as the building of the San Jacinto Monument. 1938-1939. New president is Marvin Vance, pastor of the Methodist Church. Membership is now 35. The club made a donation to the Rotary Foundation of $25. Hope the foundation finds something good to do with the money. 1939-1940. Dr. Ed Connor installed as president at our annual meeting. Membership is 36. Dr. Connor also does medical work for the workers at the San Jacinto Monument. The WPA workers have caused Dr. Connor to be late several times. A stonecutter with a hurt finger and another worker stuck a nail in his foot on the way to the John. December 1st, 1939. The club appointed me and Hickman Garrett to lobby Southwestern Bell to drop the toll charges on calls to Houston. Took several years, but now Pasadena is included in the Greater Houston telephone system. 1940 to 1941, insurance agent and future port commissioner Vernon Whiteside is president. Membership 36. Club decides to send some outstanding boy as a goodwill ambassador to Central and South America. 1941 to 1942, Shell Oil executive Harry Jones is now president. Membership still 36. According to me and Mayor Delbert Atkinson, government money for housing is starting to flow in Pasadena. In spite of a lack of building materials, there is lots of defense housing and emergency building in Pasadena. Club creates a student loan fund for worthy students who want to go to college but need financial help. Some unidentified older members still complain that the club will not sell lunches on credit. Club begins assisting handicapped kids, especially those classified as deaf. President Jones' use of his secretary has dramatically helped in overhauling the club records. 1942 to 1943, new club president Dr. Delaney Clark, with support from Rotary International, has decided to list all members who are active military personnel as active members, with the club paying their dues. November 11th, 1942, the club decides to sponsor a rodeo for Pasadena. Date for the rodeo to start is November 26th through the 29th, using the high school football field as the location. 4 to 5 days of rain prior to and during the rodeo didn't stop the rodeo, but it made the football field look like a plowed field. 1943 to 1944, insurance man and club charter member Leo Karkowski is now president. Membership up to 40. Club involved in the war effort. President Karkowski picks up 5 servicemen each Friday at Ellington and brings them to the Rotary Club as his guest. Club sells $20,000 in war bonds. 7 members in active duty, including Vernon Whiteside, Frank Morris, Jeff Fleming, and Sam Hoover. Club agrees to sponsor Girl Scouts. 1944 to 1945, President Theo Jensen. Club starts 5th war bond drive. Annual Christmas party held at San Jacinto Inn, where Dr. Veach shows slides of Africa. May 18th, 1945, Club votes to sponsor a Boy Scout troop. Listen to this. Sponsoring committee is Dr. Veach, Weldon Hornsey, and Milton Cavell. 1945 to 1946, local motion picture theater manager Joe Brown installed as president at Golf Crest Country Club. Membership is now 58. August 3rd, 1945, club receives a letter from Mrs. Ruth Turrentine thanking the club for its part in opening the Pasadena Ferry Road and the ferry boat, the H.A. May.